Flosstube, welcome back. My name is Teresa. This is the Garden Goose Stitcher Flosstube, episode 31. It's like the end of November. Can you believe it? I meant to show up last week, but I've been congested, and I thought, I'll just wait. I don't actually feel sick. I actually kind of think I messed up big. I cleaned the chicken coop and then spread out new wood shavings or pine shavings, and then like immediately I sounded like this, and I was just sneezing and blowing, and so you missed that last week. I hope you had a really great Thanksgiving. Thanks for coming back and checking in. A lot of you had wonderful, kind things to say about my kit parade, my plans for the new year. Thank you for being kind and encouraging. You guys are like the best cheering squad. I appreciate that. So I've been stitching. Oh man. Possibly my favorite is Thanksgiving, because you clean your entire house for company. You cook your rear end off, and then you have like 4 days where you don't have to make anything. Like, it's literally just plates and spoons for scooping out leftovers that have to be washed. Everything else is like a vacation. So, although tonight we can't eat turkey plain anymore. I'm gonna have to make a soup tonight. So, but I got a lot of stitching in and Hallmark movie watching. We hosted Thanksgiving on Thursday for David's mom and his nephew. His sister went on a cruise instead. She ended up having to come home. She was supposed to go on a back-to-back, but she got sick, so I'm just saying we skip family Thanksgiving for cruising. Hopefully she'll be better soon. So we hosted on Thursday. I cooked. I made the whole thing. Turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, gravy, green bean casserole, sweet potato casserole, which I think should be on the dessert table. Made pumpkin pie, cherry cheese pie, and I bought rolls. And then on Friday we went to my mom's house to have Thanksgiving with my family. We have a big crew. It's like 27 people. And all I had to take was mashed potatoes and a pumpkin pie, and I made a Dutch apple pie. And I made this Dutch apple pie that had like 26 steps, and I don't know why I did that. Anyway, it was fine. Also, I made the mashed potatoes, and I live like 40 minutes from my mom's house. So there's like this really great method where you can just grease the inside of your crock pot really well with butter, and then you put your finished mashed potatoes like in there. They're smooth, they're seasoned, everything, and then you just put little pats of butter on top, and then you just keep it on keep warm, just not on low, but on keep warm, and they're good for 2 to 4 hours. And one time I think I did stretch it to almost 4 hours, and they were still really great. I highly recommend that, because you know how messy the mashed potatoes are. So it worked out great. I have an outlet in my car, so that's what I did. Anyway, that's it. Nate's been busy with hockey at his first game last week. They won. It was intense. I was stressed out. It was a little more tame than the house league, where anyway, everybody was a little bit more behaved. The parents, I mean. So, since we last spoke, I've still been working on my Jingle Bell stitch. Not done. Yes, I'm stressed. Yes, the Jingle Bell is this upcoming weekend. I'm probably going to watch the finishing class live and then do it. I don't know. I'm hoping I'll have it done. But I was stitching on that, but I have finished a couple of things, and oddly enough, I started a new thing right after I checked in. Is that true? The Sassy Southern Stitchers had their Flosstube. They were getting ready for Megan's birthday start, and she wanted to do anything that was a heart and hand and she invited friends to stitch along. Of course I was going to do it because I love Megan. So right after we left, this is a new start, and I picked it up one night, round red sampler from Heart and Hand, and I finished it. I stitched it that day, got it done. Super quick stitch. I just use a scrap of, I'm sure this is 16 count. It doesn't look like 14, and it's not 18. It was a scrap. I'm sure I used whatever it was called for, or just a favorite coloring. Maybe I used a coloring cotton. I'm not sure. I'd have to check. But isn't that lovely? It called for cherry cobbler. I have a feeling I didn't use that. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I can't tell you. But that was a great stitch, and it was fun to stitch for Megan's birthday. So I did that. Then, I don't remember what order any of this happened, because it feels like it was forever ago. Last time we spoke, I had showed this as a new start. It was for Kathy's birthday start. I kind of feel like you can see through the pattern. It makes me uncomfortable. But I had just a tiny bit to do, and I said, oh, I'll put it away, and it'll be a quick whip to finish in the spring. I changed my mind. Like that day, I think I took it to hockey. I don't remember if it was that day or the next day. I took it to hockey practice, and I sat in the car, and I stitched it. So I Stitches by Ethel, Garden Friends. I stitched it on a 28 count Lugana. It's called Laurel Green. It was in a scrap bag I got from the Stitches and Things annex at like her last retreat. She had huge scrap bags of fabrics, and I picked up some 28 count. I think that's all I bought. Maybe I did buy some 32. I don't remember. So it just says Laurel Green. I have a conversion on a couple of things. I'm going to show you my floss card. My conversion card, just in case you can read that. But I finished it. And so now it's not going in a whip bin. It's not being added to the whip list. And it's done, and I love it. I don't know how I should finish it. Perhaps a pillow. Maybe I can find something fun. A little frame. That's what it is in the chart. That would be kind of sweet. So I finished that. And then I was thinking about, I've been overthinking my 12 new magazine starts for New Year's Eve. Do I want to add 12 new whips to my list? No, I don't. I'm a little bit anxious. So then I thought, well, maybe I could finish a couple of random things that I know are quick finishes, and then that number won't creep up to 40 again. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do for New Year's Eve. I might stitch on whips instead. I might do 12 whips instead. I don't know. I do not know. But I pulled this out. It was in my under the bed bin. I knew it had just a tiny bit left. It's this March. Started this in March Mania. And I was sitting there in November looking at that turkey thinking, I wish I was stitching him. This is, I think it's called Twyla. I think it's an 18 count. I stitch it with one floss, and it's like a tight. I think that this is the same fabric I was having trouble with on my Farms of Hawk run, the one that I'm going to restart because I didn't love the fabric. It's so tight, and I didn't like it with. I had to redo it with. I was going to have to restart it with one thread, and then so many things washed. Anyway, I think it was the same fabric. I do love that fabric. So I finished that. So that left the under the bed whip storage. And I pulled out one more. And I just trying to finish a couple things. Tidy Modernist, Mouse Love Letter. This is some scratchy, natural 14 count, I'm sure. I started this last March during, I think I did. I think I picked a couple of Valentine, couple of St. Patrick's, couple of Easter to start in my March Mania. And this one just had a little bit, like if the urn was done, some of the green, and then part of her dress. Isn't that dress beautiful? It's Bombay. I know it's Bombay just by looking at it. Just by looking at it, I can tell you that is Bombay by Color and Cotton, because I love that. Otherwise, I did not write down my flosses, unless they're in my big binder. I'm not sure. That's why those handy cards are nice. But I finished that. So another whip off the list. Done. So how do I feel now about magazines when I got those 3 random ones? I don't know. Check back with me on New Year's Eve is probably when I'll decide. Because like I told you, I have a bunch of those magazines kitted up. So it's not like I couldn't wait till last minute and then decide. I definitely could. So since then, I've been working on my Santa's Night Tree. I did not print out the cover sheet because it's bright blue and that's a lot of ink. But I'll insert it while I'm talking right now. Like you've already seen it. I can just be quiet about it. This is how far I've gotten. Nate likes to call this the roller coaster of Santa Hill. I decided not to do the reindeer or the deer that are in the yard. Missy from Two Needles Pulling Thread on her Flosstube was talking about how she skipped them. She's like, are they, and then I was like, are they fallen reindeer? Are they just regular deer with red noses? Like, what's going on? I still have to do Santa and that tree and more of the clouds, but praise the Lord, I got most of that snow done. Most all of the hill, the houses, for Pete's sake. I changed the colors of the houses. They were super, I don't know if they were stone houses. I don't know. I made them one color. And I have my coloring conversion right here if you want. I just love that blue house. So the blue house, it's the Coloring Cotton bobbins. Yeah, I love that. I've just been waiting to find something to use that bobbins for. So, can I get this done by Saturday? I should hope so. Although, 9 reindeer in Santa's sleigh still. And then, if these are the only snowflakes you see on this, next time you see this, we'll just not talk about it. I might not be in for the speckled snowflakes everywhere. So, I've been working on that. I feel like I need to get it done soon. Can I just tell you that we have the most beautiful wintry scene outside, and it's extremely distracting. We filled up the bird feeder. There's a flurry of activity. It's just like a winter wonderland here, but keep my focus. After I took that, I don't know. Oh, Nate had hockey like every ding dong day. For like 2 weeks in a row. Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't know. So I ended up doing a lot more hockey parent driving than I had been because Dave likes to take them. I'm going to tell you. I have zero mom guilt about this. Dave likes to take him. It's like his hobby. Like I have cross stitch, quilting, reading, all of the things. He has hockey dadding. That's his thing. He loves it. He used to Zamboni when we were in South Dakota. It's his thing. So I hate to step in and be like, can I take over hockey practice? I've done plenty during deployments, I'll tell you. But so anyway, but Dave's a night shifter, so it's hard for him to have that many days in a row that he wakes up early because, you know, it wears on your body when you're old. So so I ended up taking Nate several more times than I had been. And so I have a new ABC in my car, and it's my Pinker and Pumpkin salt box. I don't remember. I'll put the picture of it right here. It's just going to be a screen grab from her blog because I didn't print anything out. And I don't know if there is anything that you can print out. Usually it's just the pattern that she shows. So I started this last year, I think at the Jingle Ball or right before the Jingle Ball, or I know I stitched it during the Jingle Ball while I was on the airplane to Florida. I just left Australis and I just stopped where I was. I remember starting it. I stitched it next to the pool in Florida. I had intended, best of intentions, typical. I had intended to start this on the first day, or just a couple days, and then to stitch 24 of these little tiny ornaments. Do you remember that? I forgot until I pulled this out because I knew that this was on my WIP list. And then I opened it up and I saw these and I thought, oh, oh yeah, that's what I was planning. So I've been working on this. I've gotten quite a bit done. I don't know. This is on an 18 count that I coffee tea dyed. I do like the modeling on it. It's very burnt and crusty, like burnt and nice. I like it. It's still my favorite. But can you see anything? Okay. I'm stitching it with one floss because it's 18 count and then I coffee tea dyed it so there's small holes. Then I forgot that I was stitching it with one thread. And so in the leaves that are down below, they don't have their, I think it's holly. Listen, I think it's holly. But this one thread, this one 2 thread. Oopsie poopsie. Totally forgot. So then I was like, you know what? I'm going to do that with 1 thread, this one with 2, and that with 1. And then it just looks like they're varying degrees of evergreen. Looks great. There's still a Santa sleigh in the roof to do. But I'm going to keep this out. It's been in my car in my little binder that Stephanie I got from Stephanie and Stitch New England. Love having this to stitch on. And to be honest, it was in my car, and then I've been struggle bussing with the night tree, the Santa's night, and I needed a little bit of break, so I pulled that out of my car, and it's been in the house. I'm cheating on Santa's night tree, but I needed to. So that is all I've been stitching in the cross stitch arena of my life. Oh shoot! I'm going to tell you about something right now. Uno momento. Okay. So, you're not going to see it right now, but I'm going to talk about one of my finishes. It was my super secret spy project. It was gifted last night to my friend Kathy, and she opened it, and so now I can share. I had been stitching this. Okay, the one thing I did know is that Kathy likes snowmen, and that's when I was trying to think of what to stitch her. Starting back in June, all I could think of was a snowman. A snowman. We did the gift exchange. We drew names. And so I had decided to stitch this snowman that's on the top of the winter snow soap box from Bent Creek. He's pretty cute, huh? I knew her favorite color was red. Well, that's what on the questionnaire she had put, I think. Anyway, so I used Be-Stitch Me fabric. Beautiful Luna Moth. It's a 16 count. And I'm going to show you. Isn't that beautiful fabric? Okay, so here's the picture of my finish. And can you even? Did you fall over? I did a stand-up. Have I ever done that? No. I told Kathy, I said, listen, you need to understand the gesture of my love was the fact that I was willing to even try a new thing. Because sometimes this old dog is really reluctant to try new tricks. So I finished it using Helen D's stand-up tutorial. It was super easy. I did not end up adding trim. I had bought trim when I was in Colorado at the Colorado Cross Stitch shop. It was Lady Dot Creates. It was a pretty blue, and I thought it would go, but it just didn't. And so I don't know. I didn't think the edges looked terrible. Everybody uses trim though. Like everybody does. So maybe it does look terrible. But I used a piece of red fabric for the back using basic gray fabric for my stash. I always use basic gray Christmas fabric for all of my Christmas time sewing. I love Bunny and Camille every day, but at Christmas time it's all basic gray. But I used a little snowman print for the back, and I finished it in a stand-up, and it's a miracle. So that was another finish. So, okay, so my plans, and I have haul, and I have an unexpected update to tell you. Oh, can you see that basket? By the way, I have 3 advents in there, And I've been opening them because I had been thinking, okay, I got 3 Advents with 12 days each. So I could start at the end of November. You know, I figured it out. And then I was putting them in that handy basket. And I realized that that French one, that fancy French Advent that I bought, had 25 days. So I've been opening mostly the French. I've opened a couple of each, but I'm not going to share them because it would ruin it if you got the Advents. And I just want to tell you, it's so exciting. So, okay. So, my plans. I'm going to finish the night tree, Santa's night. I'm just going to do it. And then, after I do that, I'm going to pick up my, I'll keep working on the salt box. And then, eventually I want to pull this back up. Jess from Como Stitches has pulled this back up. Well, she started it. She posted on Insta she was going to start this. And I was like, oh, I should stitch that with her. And then, like, the first day, she got, like, a whole bunch of it done. And I was like, never mind. I'll be back here. This is the whole kit from that, Oh Christmas Tree. Who is it by? All Through the Night. I had bought the kit during an episode of Insomnia before we moved. And I sure do love that. It's a kit I bought from, I think, Frack Order Shop. And I think it's a 25 count fabric that I used. And it came with, oh, remember this, Bayberry? And I was terrified. And I bought a couple more last year because I was getting nervous. So anyway, this is what my plan is after that. Finish up those 3. Finish up these 3 Christmases. That's all the Christmas whips I really have. And then I was thinking, oh, Teresa, what if you get those done and then you have time to start more of those little Pinker and Pumpkin postage stamp size ornaments? That'd be fun. So that's like on my goals. But, okay. I have a little bit of haul. Not much. I hope we're still friends after last week. I know it was our last video. It was obnoxious. I did get my coloring cotton subscription. Geez, Lou. If you're not in it, where you at? Oh, these are fun. Funnel cake. And also, when I get these, I have a bag that I keep in my sewing room closet. It hangs on the wall. I just put things in there that I know I need to show y'all. And I was watching Missy show hers, and she gets like 15. I'm jealous. Anyway, she's like, they're all circus carnival related. And I was like, I didn't get those. What the heck? And then I pulled them out just now, and I was like, oh, I got it. I did. House of Mirrors, circus ring, peanuts, trapeze, and funnel cake. Super gorgeous. Oh, my gravy. You should get that. Also, I have got my Grace Notes, this chameleon. Super pretty. 18 count. I think I'm going to have to put a pause in this. Okay, I'm telling you, this is like very orangey. And it just shows kind of like a yellow, tanny, browny thing. But it's like very orange. So, but I think I might have to put a pause in that because I have a bin full of 18 count. Maybe I'll switch over to something else. I don't know. Also, I love that she always includes a sticker. Okay, I also had received, this is a testimony to my friend Alicia, the Fanciful Flamingo. She has her favorite things box, and I am a subscriber. And did you know that I got an email confirmation that the label had been created. And then I'm like, oh yeah. And then like people started getting theirs. And I was like, listen, I don't live that far. Like Misty Timberlake got hers out in the boonies where she lives. What the heck? And so eventually, like after like a while, it had just said shipping labels been created. I messaged Alicia and she immediately sent a replacement. She kept it one just in case, or a couple. I don't know. I don't know if mine was the only one that got lost or what, but I was so sad. And then she just sent one right out. And she said, so anyway, wonderful. It was wonderful. I didn't, like, I felt like a burden because I always do. And then she just sent one right out. And I love this pattern. Love it. She included the floss. Don't you love that? There's ribbon and a sticker, and I already ate the candy canes. in a project tag, bag tag. I said it right. And can you imagine? Okay, now listen. I have a set of these, so I do believe that a giveaway should be in order. Keep an eye out. Not today. Listen, I don't have my crap together at all in my world. I also happened to pick this up. I went to Joann's to pick something up, something very specific. Couldn't tell you what. I need to go to Hobby Lobby or something to get foam and a couple of other supplies before this weekend. Don't let me forget, okay? Anyway, I picked this up. I was excited. I need more patterns, like I need a hole in the head. Oh, okay, shoot. Okay, I gotta tell you about this thing. So, Katie, Naptime Stitcher, has created a projected pattern purchases. Is that what it was called? Something. She asked me if I had any input on the name, and I was like, can we use any type of alliteration? Because I love alliteration. So basically it's just a list. I'm going to print out, I'm sure several sheets for patterns that pop up in 2024 while I'm on my buying freeze. And I'm going to put in the pattern name, who it's by, and then in 2025, when the ball drops, probably on New Year's Eve, I'll be sitting there going through that list, waiting for the and what percentage? Wouldn't that be an amazing statistic to see? If I put down 100 patterns or more, what percentage at the end of the year are still calling to me with urgency? I suspect it'll be much smaller. But also, it'd be a great list to have. And it was so kind of her to hear about our plan and whip one of those up. I'll put a picture of it right here because I have not printed mine off yet. But you should definitely go over to the Naptime Stitcher on Etsy. She has so many good printables. So many good printables. And if you want to join in, we could just encourage each other and, just help put it in perspective. So, okay, I have a couple of things I want to show because I had the most amazing gift given to me yesterday. In our friend swap, our little friend swap, we had Secret Santas, and Kia B had me, and she sent 2 boxes, and I immediately panicked. She just couldn't fit it in the same box. But I want to show you what she stitched for me because I'm still in awe and I think it's beautiful. I'm hoping she'll talk about it in her own Flosstube, I'm sure, because what a beautiful stitch and so thoughtful of her. And I told her we have chickens that we have these lavender Orpingtons, and we have 3 or 4 of them. I think we have 4. That sounds really bad, but okay, listen, we've had our chickens for I bought this mystery pack the year we retired. My husband retired. We moved back to Michigan. I didn't care where we were going to live, but wherever it was, we were going to have chickens. So my mother-in-law has a coop. So anyway, so I bought 2 mystery packs. Did you know you could buy a mystery pack of chickens? I bought a 12 pack of like rainbow Easter egg colors, like blues and greens and then another mystery pack of brown egg layers. So when we got them, they don't come with labels. You can't really tell. Like a lot of chicks really look similar. You can't really tell them apart when they're babies. As they've grown, we can tell them apart. We have the butterscotches. That's what we call them. They're not that. That's not their name. We have these others. They're lavender Orpingtons, but they have varying degrees of like this like beautiful purpley gray coloring to them. Some of them are very dark, some of them are very light. But the one, my husband, when he first got out of the military, like, listen, I think he signed his paperwork on April 1st, and like April 4th, we were holding chicks at my mother-in-law's because that's how fast I got chickens. And he was wearing his undershirt for underneath his BDUs, his camouflage uniform. And he was just wearing it while he was working around or whatever. And so he's, spoiler alert, he still wears a lot of his military issued underwear, like under layers. And so anyway, But anyway, so it's like this very interesting tan color. Like, I don't know. And he was holding this chicken. He's like, look, it matches my shirt. I'm going to call it USA. USA. Or USA. Listen, I don't know if you know this, but we're very punny around here. Very. So anyway, so we call them the USAs. There's more than one. But they all have varying beautiful colors of like a purpley gray. And so I didn't know. I messaged her and I said, we have these lavender Orpington chickens that look just like that hen. We don't have our roosters in Americana, but anyway, isn't that beyond sweet? Stacy Nash. And I've heard that these are not, that they're no joke. They're pretty big. And this is on 46, I think she said. So huge. Isn't that wonderful? She also made me a jewelry box. Hold on. And I want to show it to you because it's super pretty. Hold on. I don't want anything to fall. So it's one of the little travel jewelry cases, and she made it a Christmassy themed little sewing box. It came with floss drops, some snips. Okay, these snips. I have 2 pair now. And it's only because of the fact that I constantly talk about them. At StitchCon, when I first went, the first time, well, I've only been to StitchCon once. When I first met my friend Megan, she gifted me a pair of these. And I don't know if she meant to give hers away. But they have the slightest curve at the tip. You see it? And so, they're my favorite scissors. And I think they must have been in a Sew Sampler box or something, because I think that's how Kia and Megan had theirs, but they gave it to me. Anyway, so now I have 2 pairs because they are my favorite snips. And I can't find them anywhere. You can find like surgical snips or other snips, but they're not cute. And like a lot of times they're super long, but she gave me these really pretty floss drops. I don't know who they're by. I'll ask her. They're super pretty. And she said you can write on them and then reuse them, like erase the ink. And aren't they pretty? Oh, and I think that there's a needle. Yeah, hold on. Hold the phone. Yeah. See, there's a needle minder that matches that little needle minder. And she put some of these like little clips. There's some trim. See the fabric in the back. There's a needle tubey needle case, chapstick. Look at this. Pretty lace. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love this kind, because then you have this little thing here too. Super fun. So thoughtful that she made that. She also included a gingerbread chicken coop and some other miscellaneous thoughtfulness. And I just thought, like, you must see that, because what a great gift for somebody. I would have never thought that, but now if I ever have to do an exchange, I'm probably doing a jewelry box. So, okay, I have one other thing to show you. And it's probably going to be really unexpected, but hold on, I'm going to take a sip. The 2 weekends ago, the weekend that I cleaned the chicken coop when I should have worn a mask and I did not, and then I got congested, my boys went out deer hunting. They went up north to David's family's cabin. It's up north a ways. It's like, if I live here, it's like over here. So I had the whole weekend to myself, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They came home late Sunday. And for the first time ever, I actually did what I wanted, and I sewed something. I've said I was going to do this more than once, but I haven't, because I had to clean my sewing room first. I have like one table, I have one countertop, some cabinets with storage, and then like what you see, like this is it. That's the width of it. Like, people are like, let me see the other side. This is it. This is all there is. It's 8 foot by 9 foot. 8 foot by 9 foot. So I cleaned up, is what I'm saying. And then I made this. Have you seen the legitimate ones? I think it's by someone named like Missy Lynn or Marilyn, or I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Also, I don't think it would help if I really knew the name, because I think you can only get them exclusively in a Facebook page, and I think they're really hard to come by. Like I don't know. I don't know. I just know that I'm not going to be ready in time to get me one. And um so I made myself one. I don't know what it's actually called. I call it the Trapper Keeper because it reminds me of a Trapper Keeper from the 1980s. It's got a handle here. I used all Bonnie and Camille fabric. Have I already talked about this? I did not. It's got a pocket here. I have the floss in here right now. The floss that is like can stay in here. I have it kitted up with whips for the new year. Well, for the first several months because it holds 6 projects. So it has a magnetic enclosure, and then on the inside it holds 6 projects. So you have like the outer one, the outer project pouches, and they have a sleeve right here so that you can put your pattern, your bigger patterns in it, and a zippy back vinyl, and then you have one in the front, one in the back, and then you have the inner flaps with a slightly smaller one. They still fit a regular size. Like you can see, this Brenda Gervais pattern fits in there just right. And so I have January, February, March, April, May, June's whips that I hope to finish in 2024. So I made myself one of those. I quilted it using foam on the outside. I just winged it. I had no idea what I was doing. I have a Tiger Lily Project Keeper, which is basically the same concept. The outer part is the outer shell. And then I had studied, 2 of my friends have one, a legit one, like a legit. And so 2 of my friends have a legit one, and I studied theirs at great length when I've seen them. I think Missy's had hers twice at retreat, and I think Tammy's had hers once. So I had sat there and studied, and I'd taken like mental notes, like, okay, it's like the same size, but then you have the thickness for that, and it turned out so good. So good, and I love it. So I did that. It took me like an entire day. I'm not kidding. But I'm really happy with it, and I love it. So, is that it? That's all. I hope that I'm going to see you at the Jingle Ball this weekend. I don't know. Nate has a hockey game on Friday. Go figure. Something always has to come up, yeah? When you have online plans. I guess they're easier to adjust, but Nate has a hockey game on Friday. It's home, so we don't have to go down to the city or take a long drive. I'll be there Friday night. I'll be there all day Saturday. I have class on Saturday, and I'm really excited. Will you be at the Jingle Ball? I hope so. I think you can still get a ticket to the Jingle Ball. The classes, I believe, are closed out so that the teachers have their rosters and their pupil list, but you can still get tickets to the Jingle Ball. It's $10. Super fun. So much entertainment. Exclusive shopping. I've seen more. I guess I wasn't paying attention last year, or maybe they did not show it, but I've seen some sneak peeks. I saw Teresa Koget's sneak peek for one of her Jingle Bell exclusives. I saw somebody else's, and so I'm gonna buy those. I'm gonna tell you that. I know that for sure. So thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate every single one of you and all of your kind comments and all of the wonderful. I appreciate you all. Also, can I tell you, I am stepping away from Instagram for a while, and I'll tell you why. Well, forever. I cannot manage my time well when I'm on Instagram. I love Instagram. I love to just mindlessly scroll, but I got stuff to do. So I have pretty much, like, basically, I'm not on Instagram. I still have to, I want to print out my photos. I know there's certain places that you can do that. So if you're looking for me there, you won't find me. Or if you do find me, because I haven't technically deleted my account. So if you see me on there, nothing's happening. So don't be offended, because I just can't manage my time well. I know I'm not the only one. But Okay. I'll see you at the Jingle Ball. I'll be stitching that Santa's night. Till then, hopefully I'll get it done. Maybe tonight I can bang that out. But thank you all so much. I appreciate every single one of you. Happy stitching, friends. Bye-bye.